Hey, what's up? This is Martha D. Staub with That Hashtag Show, and today I'm reviewing episode 10 of Lower Decks. This is the season finale, and it was amazing. This one is titled No Small Parts. I watched this entire thing and my mouth just dropped. There was a lot of really good moments in here, a lot of sad moments. It's a lot. We gotta get into it. So, the entire crew now knows that Ensign Mariner is the daughter of Captain Freeman, and this happened accidentally because Boimler was with her down on a planet where she wasn't supposed to be. The crew is trying to get a hold of Mariner to get back up onto the ship. The comm signal's open, and so you can hear the entire conversation between Boimler and Mariner, and the entire crew knows, and now Mariner hates it because now she's being treated differently. And Captain Freeman's like, well, what do we do about this? And she says, well, Wesley Crusher worked well with his mother. I mean, maybe the crew would be cool with it. So the big thing that happened here is that an alien invasion has happened. It's just the one alien you never would have thought would have be the sole villain in this story. The Packlids. Do you guys remember the Packlids? Season 2 of TNG? What? Those buffoons end up becoming the villain for this episode. Okay, so if you guys don't remember, you can go back to Samaritan Snare. It's season 2 of TNG, episode 17, I believe. And you go over there, and what they do is they send out a distress call to ship saying they're in trouble, and they try to steal other people's technology. Well, they've been at it since TNG ended and well into this part to become a very super duper powerful alien entity that is stripping ships apart left and right. They ripped apart the Solvern. They pretty much did the exact same thing in the Cerritos. It's nuts. I just don't understand. Like, when I started watching that, I was like, wait a minute, we've seen this before. And so now we've seen a progression of what happened to these aliens from then to now. So that was a really cool thing to see. The Cerritos is out of options. They're being attacked, and Captain Freeman asked Mariner, what else could we do? And now finding out what the Packlids do, she says, well, we can make a virus and just infect their systems. It'll totally take them down. And Commander Ransom's like, what psychotic, estranged person would have that kind of coding? And of course, Rutherford's like, I have it. And so he ends up calling upon Badgie, which I thought we were done with. That guy was nuts. Badgie comes in and generates a virus for them, and now the objective is to get that virus to the ships. But the problem is they don't know who to send over. And for some reason, Ensign Tendi was hanging around an exocomp that, eventually did really well in sickbay, but not really anywhere else. And so they volunteered Peanut Hamper to send the virus to the other ships. Peanut Hamper says, no way, I'm out, deuces. At that point, Lieutenant Sachs grabs Rutherford. They run down into the bay, they get a shuttle, and they take off. And Sachs is yelling, this is the best day of my life, because poor Sachs, he just wants to blow stuff up. And so they get to the other ship, they start putting in the virus into the ship, and of course, Rutherford, being the cyborg that he is connected to the ship, sending off this virus, and Badgie's like, no, I want you to suffer. And so he's like, I'm gonna do this and we're gonna explode. At some point, Sachs is like, well, what's the holdup? It's like, Badgie's gonna blow us all up. So what he ends up doing was he ripped off the cyborg implants off of Rutherford, threw him back into the shuttle, and he yelled, you go, baby bear. And I'm like, oh no. And the whole ship exploded. Lieutenant Sachs dies. I sat there with my mouth open like, you've got to be kidding me. You did not just do this. But the really cool part about it is he had an opponent wrapped up in an arm, so he went down in a glorious flame of glory. So maybe that was the way Sachs wanted to die. I'm not sure. He was a crazy Bajoran. Props to Sachs. I'm gonna miss him. Oh, that hurt. That hurt so bad. At this point, Captain Freeman's stuck in sickbay. She's greatly injured. Mariner is captain of the ship at the moment, and the Cerritos is absolutely cornered. They've got nowhere to go. They've got no hope. It's all over. And all of a sudden, you hear the TNG music play, booming, and here comes the USS Titan, along with Captain Riker, Commander Deanna Troi, to save the day. Hold up. Did we not just see that in Picard? What the hell? Okay, I get it. These two shows are ran by two different people, but if I was creating Lower Decks and I saw the way Picard ended, I would change my ending too, because it just mirrors the exact same thing. I mean, I get it. These guys are fan favorites, and I've personally worked with these two, but really, there's so much Star Trek alum out there. You could have called anybody. Worf could have showed up. I mean, freaking Harry Kim could have been captain and showed up and saved them. I mean, there were so many things, so many possibilities as to what could have happened, but you stick to the cliche of Riker and Deanna Troi. That's just lazy. If this was my project and I saw the way that ended, I would have changed that immediately. What are y'all thinking? I'm so annoyed that I had to get over Sax dying, and yet you just repeat the same season finale for season 1 of Picard. The USS Cerritos ends up in a starbase getting fixed because a good chunk of it was broken, and we see the interaction between Riker and Captain Freeman. You know, she thanks him for coming in and saving the day, and Riker says that Kara was actually his Chadich, very similar to what Mariner and Boimler have going on. Freaking Boimler gets a promotion. He ends up going to the USS Titan, so he's gonna be there. And you know, of course, we saw the funeral of Lieutenant Sax, which sucks. It's kind of interesting because, you know, they've all grown, and we see Boimler take off with the Titan. The funny thing that Riker mentioned was he was in the holodeck watching Enterprise, you know, Captain Archer and all those guys. So that was a really fun little Easter egg. But the weird thing about it is that Mariner is super pissed that Boimler took the promotion, and she keeps calling him, and he's ignoring her calls. Like, he's flat out ghosting her. And I think he just doesn't want to come to the realization that he left his friend behind. But he's moved on to the Titan, so we'll see what happens. As of right now, season 2 of Lower Decks is in production. There's official word Jonathan Frakes will be returning here and there, and it sounds like season 2 is going to be even better with jam-packed, more references to previous Star Trek, so that's going to be exciting. Also, next week, Star Trek Discovery kicks off, so season 3, if you're into that, go check that out. We just got news at a New York City Comic-Con that the wonderful, my favorite captain of all the captains, Kate Mulgrew, is coming back to the Star Trek universe in a new animated show on Nickelodeon called Star Trek Prodigy, which I have to say I'm kind of pissed about. Let me tell you why. I feel like Captain Janeway is probably one of the best captains. Yes, I'm gonna say it. One of the best captains in Star Trek, because she is a woman. She had the most difficult job ever, and she brought her crew home safely. And I was really hoping that Janeway would come back in a live action, kind of like Picard-like. You know, I want to see something cool like that. But, you know, maybe Mulgrew's not up to it. I don't know. It just kind of sucks. At least I get her back in some form or fashion. All right, well, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I have some very strong feelings about it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Check out all the rest of my previous reviews. If you haven't even seen Lower Decks, you can go back and rewatch it and then watch my reviews on it and let me know what you think. And I guess we'll see you sometime in the future. Not sure when, but yeah. So have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Bye.